Twitter or Instagram.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. It's Tuesday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. And as you well know, we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Hey, people have been hitting me up on social media about May 4th, which is our dinner and comedy show. Like I told everybody, and I'll say it again on the air, dude, give us through this week, because this week is Padres opening day on Thursday. And in a few minutes, we're going to tell you guys where we are recording the podcast that day. So the Padres game, depending on the weather, is supposed to go, what time, Alex? Is it 1 o'clock start time?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to be podcasting on Thursday mid-morning when everybody's coming down and people are starting to drink beers and the party's starting to hit the streets. Again, this is all kind of weather permitting. We will announce in a few minutes from right now where we are podcasting on Thursday, giving all of you guys a chance to come down and be part of what we got going on Thursday. And believe me, we're in a prime location, so you're going to love it. Before we get there, fellas, Alex, you mentioned in the previous segment the Brown Facts Hot Takes Championship round where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to that story. Then I want to get into a little San Diego State, just in terms of setting up FAU and kind of getting going for the week. And then this same segment, I still want to get to the Padres because we haven't really gotten there yet this week. And we have to announce where we're going to broadcast our podcast from. So go for it, Grande.
Yeah. So let me put us all on screen because I know you like that.
Yep.
So the results from the Final Four, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
All right,
I'm pulling it up as we speak.
Okay.
The buildup is killing me. The suspense is killing me.
I know. Here we go.
All right, here we are. Number 1 versus number 12. McDonald's is better than In-N-Out. 64% to 35%.
Okay.
So that one was
it's convincing.
a clear. That should hurt Browner right in the fields. That if you don't throw things on the field, people agreed with McDonald's is better than In-N-Out. They just did not agree with that at all.
Well, first they were both good takes. I'm just going to say that right now.
So
I thought that was strong.
So you mean to tell me that going
strong.
forward into the new year, Browner's saying that if you don't throw things on the field, you're not a real fan. That remains as part of his.
That remains alive and can be
Okay.
said and whatever. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Will be said.
This was the close one. Number 2, Joe Musgrove is average, barely beat. Number 14, there is no reason to go swimming ever. 52 to 47%.
Which is
and Browner's hoping that the Joe Musgrove is average take, which
comes back.
Right. Here's the thing I want to say to everybody. If the Joe Musgrove is average Brown Facts hot take, if that wins, Browner will never be able to say that again. Now think about that. What if Joe Musgrove goes backwards? And what if Joe Musgrove would be what if Joe Musgrove became average? If that possibly happens and this take wins, Browner will not be able to say that. On the other hand, if Joe Musgrove continues to perform at the $100 million level, then the whole statement is obsolete and it's moot.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I want the Joe Musgrove is average to win, because if he goes backwards in any way, I don't want Browner to be able to remind me that he was right.
2 years in a row. And imagine being back-to-back champs. Imagine, because that's how I'm going to feel, okay? Because when Russell Wilson turned out to be the 4th best quarterback in the AFC West, that was like a title for me. So imagine winning back-to-back years. Back-to-back years.
Wait. Imagine, everybody, Browner rooting for Joe Musgrove's downfall.
No. You slick. No.
Yes.
I'm rooting to be correct. Don't do that to me.
Well, his downfall would mean that you would be correct, and that's what you'd be rooting for. You're so concerned about being right that you actually want Joe Musgrove to go backwards rather than forwards.
Average is not bad. Okay?
Let me ask
There's
you
a lot of average people out there.
Would the Padres be
We're
better?
a country full of C students.
Let me ask you this. Would the Padres be better if Joe Musgrove were well above average, or would the Padres be better if Joe Musgrove were just middle of the road average? You tell me. What would the Padres be better with?
Come on. Well, my attitude is going to change because I can get credentials. So what I will say is this. I think that it is best for all parties that Joe Musgrove has a all-star stellar Cy Young season.
Right.
That's what I hope for him. That's what I hope for the Padres.
And by the way, you didn't.
I'm telling you.
And listen,
I'm telling you what I hope.
Okay, you did not get a credential. Just so we're all clear, you did not get a credential.
You're so ridiculous.
Didn't even apply for a credential. What a jerk, man.
Yeah. Opening day is tomorrow.
I slipped it.
Classic
I
Browner.
Slipped that in
Classic
nice
Browner.
And smooth, man.
Hey man, give me a credential.
Yeah, hey man.
That's not what I said.
Yo, man, who I got to know to get a credential, man?
I did say that.
A day before the season starts. He wants a A-level credential for the season.
Yeah, I like it. Like, yo, Alex, where my credential at?
Right.
That's not what I said. I said, yo, what's the link to get that credential? If we're being specific.
Right. So they did not give you one. You just didn't do the work it requires.
Well, I really feel like I supported this team very hard on this show, and a lot of people turned their backs on them.
Like who?
Yeah, I can't get no love. I can't get a tip of the cap. I can't get a laminate with my face on it. Get me in the game. I respect that. I see how it is.
But let's go back to the what we're actually talking about. The Brown facts.
Mm-hmm.
The one that would hurt him the most is if he can't say McDonald's is better than In-N-Out. That'll hurt him in his soul.
I mean, that would really damage the ship.
Yeah, because he believes it. He believes McDonald's is better than In-N-Out.
100% with everything I got.
Right. So you're probably right, Alex, that if McDonald's is better than In-N-Out wins, it will pain Browner the same way it pained him the year that OJ is innocent won, and now he's not allowed to say OJ is innocent ever again on the show.
That's by the way, that's an equal hit. That's an equal hit because I'd
like to say something about this corporation, McDonald's, real quick, and about their French fries specifically because he's always badgering about the French fries.
A+, global brand.
Made my way down to the outlets in San Isidro yesterday, and I see a McDonald's right there, and I'm like, you know what?
Because they're everywhere.
First of all, they're everywhere, but there's one right there, and I'm leaving the outlets, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go try these fries. Just the fries. Just want some fries and a Coke. I just want some fries and a Coke. That's all I wanted.
I mean, listen, given your weight loss of 45 pounds on the I Thrive Lean program, you know that you can only eat half a cheeseburger anyway.
Right.
So you might as well just get the fries. All right, I'm with you.
So I go there, I get a regular fry, I get a regular Coke. And I gotta say something. When McDonald's fries are good, when they're fresh, when they're out the fryer, and they're salted properly, A+. Dynamite. But when them fries been sitting under that heat lamp for, I don't know, longer than 60 seconds, they're the most disgusting food on the planet. Like that thing, the carton of French fries that I received from the McDonald's in San Isidro was a million times worse than the In-N-Out fries. Like those fries were straight up garbage. And because they weren't fresh and they weren't cold and they were actually long and they weren't even all those little nail clipping ones. They were actually they looked like they were supposed to look, but they weren't fresh and they were disgusting. Disgusting. Maybe my taste buds are changing, maybe. But all I'm telling you is that little carton of fries, gross. That Coke, still on point. Still fantastic Coke.
Listen. I can't argue that. A cold McDonald's fry it loses all its value. That's why you got to ask for the fries hot, man. That's on you. I blame you for that mistake.
Assumed if the only thing I'm getting is a fry, figured they would want to give me a good fry.
They don't. They just want to give you an available fry.
Right.
So
they got that metal scooper and just chucked it in there, man.
Right. So McDonald's is better than In-N-Out is the 1 seed. Joe Musgrove is average is the 2 seed. And we need everybody who's listening, be it radio listeners or podcast listeners. We need everybody who's watching, be it television viewers or YouTube chatlins. We need everybody to vote. Who's it going to be? Which one of these 2 hot takes will Browner have to give up forever? Is it number 1, McDonald's is better than In-N-Out, or number 2, Joe Musgrove is average? You can vote on our website, kaplanandcrew.com.
The
In-N-Out is overrated. I don't. Anyway, go ahead.
So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's move on. But
Yeah,
the
let's
thing
move on.
is, the Joe Musgrove is a fluctuating thing season to season. That could change. He could have an average season this year and come back to Cy Young next year.
Mhm.
The McDonald's being better than In-N-Out is
Mhm.
just not true. It's just
Mhm.
not.
Yeah. And it like you said, it will
that-
hurt Browner to give that up.
Yeah, look at him. He's already crying.
I know he's upset about it right now. He like wants to make a whole case. Let me do this. Let me get us back on track.
I was about to, but we got
Yeah,
to do other
because we
stuff.
got a very busy show coming up.
Don't get
David
me started.
Velasquez, the assistant basketball coach at San Diego State, is going to be here in a matter of moments. Rick Slider, who is our newest sponsor at MedCline, is stopping by for his first introduction to all the great friends.
AKA the real My Pillow guy.
Yeah, right. All right, listen.
Don't do that to him.
I know, Alex. Do me a favor. Tell me this hoodie that you're wearing. Is this a
Yes.
Fat Tony Promotions sort of thing, or where'd you get that? This Final Four hoodie you're wearing?
I can't say.
Oh,
Can
you
I?
can't. Can't say why.
No. I just got this at the bookstore at San Diego State.
Oh, because yesterday I wore one of those Fat Tony bootlegged versions. You know,
This is the real deal. This is non-copyright infringement here.
that's okay. Browner's got what's that, Brown?
I went to the same store. I copped a T-shirt. He got the
You
sweater.
guys are liars.
So-
You guys are total liars right now. These
Brown?
these are-
I also
these-
got the shirt too.
Nah, these are Fat Tony.
We were there
Hey-o,
together.
shout
We were
out.
there together.
Yeah.
Nobody got me
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
huh?
yeah.
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 Well, you
You
know,
live far.
you was in LA or something. Yeah.
All right, so listen,
You was in Yamaba.
you're looking sweet right there in that Final Four hoodie that you got. So now,
See, this
get
is
it-
like something I'll wear forever.
yeah, it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, now
Mhm.
let me do this. Get me to. Let's just do a little bit of.
Wait a minute. I didn't see no sweaters when I was shopping. I didn't see that as an option. What hour are you in?
It was the In-N-Out secret. It was the
Oh.
In-N-Out secret menu.
No, it was the
Oh, okay,
passenger
okay.
side back seat. You know, not the
My bad,
not
my
the not
bad.
the driver's side back seat.
Browner,
That
I
has
actually
I need-
I
I need-
paid
I
extra.
need to talk to the manager.
Browner, I actually paid extra for this one.
Hey now. Hey now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I hear you.
All right.
I respect that.
So just to prepare ourselves for Dave Velasquez, what do we know so far about Florida Atlantic? Because the fact of the matter is, we've never heard of these guys prior to the tournament, and we probably didn't really hear about them until the round of 16. So if
Listen,
you just
people can tell you that San Diego State had an easy run to the Final Four,
Mhm.
but if they go out and beat Florida Atlantic, that'll be their second 31 win team that they beat this tournament.
I mean, Charles-
FAU,
Exactly.
FAU, man,
Right.
31-3 out of Conference USA this year.
Mhm.
They've won 11 in a row. They scored decently, 78 points, 65 points allowed, 36.5 from the three. And so far this tournament, they beat
Oh.
number 8 Memphis. They beat Florida Dickinson.
What do you
number
mean
4
Florida
Tennessee.
Dickinson? Who's Florida Dickinson?
Fairly Dickinson.
Okay.
I'm busting a Browner.
Okay.
And
Yesterday, somebody called him.
Whoa, what are you doing that to me
FIU.
for?
That's why. I guess that's why.
number 4 Tennessee and
Yeah,
number
that's fair.
3
That's
Kansas
fair.
State. And like I said, FAU on an 11-game win streak.
Wow.
Kansas State was on fire when they played them too, by the way.
Yeah. That's
FAU
amazing.
also with a 7'1" guy.
Big 7
who
foot one
also-
white guy.
I don't think white,
Oh,
but
I'm wondering if he's like the Creighton guy.
no. From his headshot,
Yeah.
kind of reminded me of the Creighton guy. Not really like one of those athletic 7'1" guys. Just kind of there because he's
Just one of them
6'1".
7-1 guys.
7'1".
Yeah.
I looked at the Florida Atlantic University basketball homepage, and they've got this shot of the team, the tall guys on the back and the short guys sitting in the front, and all the coaches to the sides, right? And if you look at the picture of the team on the Florida Atlantic basketball homepage, you can see the gymnasium that they play in. You can see that it looks like a high school gym, that there's like these wooden kind of like foldable kind of seats that they have. Florida Atlantic, I'm not trying to tease them that they're a small school or small program, because I don't really know. I didn't look into how many does it hold. It looks way smaller than like the Slim Gym that USD plays in. I could be way off. Maybe they've got this beautiful arena just like Viejas on campus, but Alex is now showing it to us right now. This is like a high school gym that these guys,
My high school was bigger than this one.
these guys are in the Final Four of the NCAA Men's Division I Championship, and they play in a gym no different than your local high school here in San Diego. I mean, they are truly Cinderella.
Do you think that could affect?
Yes. They are.
Obviously, anytime you shoot a basketball in a football arena, a football stadium, it's different, right? But do you think the
It's massively
magnitude
different.
of this can significantly affect FAU? The fact that they're going from this to Final
No.
Four?
Well, I mean, why is it different for San Diego
Here's
State?
why I don't think it will. Correct. I don't think it will because the opponent. It's about the opponent you're playing. If they were playing Duke, I think they'd be shook. The moment you look over, there's Duke or North Carolina or Kansas. I think, again, what San Diego State has going in their favor, they got men on their team. Like, look, watch, go to YouTube, look at the last 3 rounds, because I did. San Diego State has the men. FIU's got basketball players, and they got one tall, skinny guy.
Yeah. Who's
San Diego State
7-1 and only gets 6 rebounds a game.
Correct. They got men. And if you miss, against FIU, FAU, whatever, if they miss, they're not going to get offensive rebounds. Hey, I watched at least intensely the last game against Kansas State on YouTube again. They're not going to get offensive rebounds against San Diego State. They're not. They don't have the size. They don't have the athleticism. So I like it. I listen, man. I love the chance.
Yeah,
I'll give y'all a breakdown.
Be ready to fly.
Breakdown on Friday.
Be ready to fly on Sunday, Grande. Can you give us the tale of the tape between the two teams, FAU, which, by the way, my friends who live in Boca Raton, because that's kind of like where I lived 20 plus years ago. They're like, you can't believe what's going on down here. I'm like, what? They're like, the whole town has gone like FAU basketball crazy. And I'm like, well, that's interesting because this whole town has gone San Diego State basketball crazy. They're like, yeah, but San Diego has the Padres and San Diego had the Chargers and San Diego has Major League Sports. This is Boca Raton, Florida. If we want to go see the Dolphins, we got to drive an hour and a half down south. If we want to go see the Marlins, we got to drive all the way to downtown Miami. Boca Raton is like, I mean, it's just a little tiny town that has no sports.
Sound ignorant for a second, maybe?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I thought Boca was just like a retirement place.
It is.
So when you say the town's going crazy,
yeah,
like phase 4, 3, 2, and 1 are all going nuts.
Boca Del Vista, all phases. Yeah.
All phases, just like everyone just
activated.
I mean, you say it is mostly a retirement community. I say it like that, but believe me, it's there's young people and young families, and yes, there's a lot of older retirees, and there's a lot of like 55 and over type communities. But I guess my point is that young and old, people who've never gone to an FAU basketball game, they've never cared about an FAU basketball game. They don't show up to go to FAU football games, even though they got a new football stadium. It's just, there's nothing really there. Like there's no community to support it per se.
Right.
So I think it's kind of cool that they are the Cinderella, but just if you go to the, like I call it the tail of the tape, go ahead, Alex. I mean, put it up. These two teams, there you go. Well, it's not that much of a tail of the tape. It just kind of gives us an idea that San Diego State is only favored by 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame
they play
them.
close games.
That's a good line.
Yeah. I'll say this right now.
Show me the blowout.
I said it for Sunday. If they score 70 points, San Diego State wins. No problem. If San Diego State scored 70 points, they'll win this game. I firmly believe that.
You might need to put another person in front of this. You need to just put a picture
Matt
of the
Bradley
team.
to actually score.
Take Matt out. Take Matt Bradley out. Put a bunch of dudes
to score, or do you just need another guy to step up like Lamont Butler did, or
It
a guy
would
like
be-
Darian
Right.
Trammell did?
But it would be nice to see your best player play his best ball.
I think it would.
Well, your best players show up in the best
I
moment.
think if you're thinking
so
big
clearly,
picture, you want your best player to get out of his funk ahead of the championship game if you do win on Saturday. I think that if we're really talking big picture, and I'm not overlooking FAU whatsoever, okay? Because
Nor
I
should
saw
you.
31-3, I got a little scared. I don't care what conference you're in. That's a team that knows how to win ball games. But if you're thinking big picture, yes, you need Matt Bradley to be better.
Yeah, do better.
Much better.
I will predict. I've watched them. I will predict Matt Bradley gets a 20-point game.
Like that.
His problem at all these rounds is each team had a big physical guy they could put on him, and that kind of, for whatever reason, kind of threw him off his game enough that he got hesitant, and then he started doubting, and then he started missing like short shots. Against this team, they don't have anybody to guard him physically sized. Athletic, they got some guys who can probably stay in front of him, but physically, they don't have anybody with the athleticism and the size. So I think Matt Bradley's going to have a nice.
And I think Saturday's the first tournament game for State that they probably won't feel like they might have more. They're going to have more fans there. I genuinely believe San Diego State will have more fans there than FAU.
I really can't. I don't know. I really have no idea. I mean,
They better. Correction. They
Well,
better.
Because
I
they've
mean,
been almost like
Old people ain't even
they've
vocal.
been like a road team pretty much every game, just because of where they're
Yeah.
playing, not necessarily because the fan bases they're playing.
I think I saw that they had the furthest travel.
Yeah, they've
of
traveled
the
the
teams
most.
remaining.
They've traveled the most of
Yeah.
any team.
I wonder. I do wonder if what I'm being told from my parents and from my friends down in Boca Raton that the community is going crazy. I do wonder if people are saying, "Hey, look, I didn't go to FAU, but they're local, and gosh, they've made this great run, and I want to go up to Houston and go see them play." I don't know what's going to happen. I would think FAU doesn't have anywhere near the passionate fan base that San Diego State does, and I said it. San Diego State isn't USC football.
Correct.
But I would, gosh, I hope you're right. Hey, listen, we didn't mention it, but we will when we return. Thursday for opening day of the Padres, we have set up a live podcast recording session at a bar downtown right near Petco Park. Where will we be podcasting? Well, Alex is showing it to you right now. But for those of you that are listening on radio and on audio podcast, we're going to be at Tavern and Bowl. More details on the way when we return. So everybody stay right where you are. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. What a week. San Diego State in the Final Four, Padres opening day, and more details about our live broadcast on Thursday. Stay with us, everybody.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Breaking Down the Madness is brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. We make it easy.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray Lambert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylambert.com for your consultation.
The #1 disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content. And of course, check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and find your big fitness energy in a clean and spacious judgment-free zone. Deal in soon. See Home Club for details.
The number one disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content. And of course, check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need. Service dogs can range anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000, $40,000. And for someone getting out of the military that's seeking support and help, having that sort of price tag is daunting. So we really wanted to be able to support the veterans to make sure that they're getting a dog that they need in their life at no charge.
I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us. So I found Shelter the Soldier online, and I reached out, and somebody contacted me within 24 hours. And in the next couple of weeks, I was already in the program meeting dogs.
Your View Community Spotlight is brought to you by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Flood.
An ADU is accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray Lambert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
For many consumers, sleeping at night should be an easy experience. For many, it's not. There are a number of reasons for that, most notably those that suffer from acid reflux or heartburn. There are also many individuals dealing with various pains or ailments. MedCline is a sleep solution company with our goal to allow people to have a healthy and peaceful night's sleep. And we do that with our therapeutic side sleeping systems. Our patented, clinically studied MedCline relief systems are designed to place an adult in an elevated side sleeping position, which can help them reduce the symptoms or issues they're dealing with. MedCline systems are registered with the FDA, and as a medical product, MedCline systems are qualified for use with FSA and HSA funds. For anyone looking for more information, you can visit medcline.com/sleepbetter.
I was injured in a car crash. I had no idea how much my case was worth. I called the Barnes firm.
When a truck hit my son, I had so many questions about his case. I called the Barnes firm. It was the best call I could have made.
Your case is often worth more than insurance offers. Call the Barnes firm to find out what your case could be worth. We will help you get the best result possible.
The Barnes firm. Injury attorneys. Call 1-800-8-million.
Since 1975, San Diegans have trusted the Murray-Lampert family for their home remodeling projects. We continue our commitment to deliver high-quality home remodeling and construction to our customers without an expensive showroom.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring value to your home, our team has the experience to handle everything. Plus, our strong relationships with the city makes adding on easier for homeowners.
Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and find your big fitness energy in a clean and spacious judgment-free zone. Deal in soon. See Home Club for details.
An ADU is an accessory dwelling unit, and it's become one of the most popular solutions to housing in the United States. We constructed this to provide housing for my mother, who is elderly.
Well, I wanted to downsize. At my age, that's what I wanted to do. Eric engaged the services of Murray-Lampert, a top building company.
This is an 825 square foot structure, but it actually looks more like 1,000 because of the spatial considerations. Micah was great. He took the ball and ran with it and came up with this really great combination.
It always appealed to me, high ceilings. It gives a sense of space, of openness, and I like that. Oh, I would give this experience a 10 for sure. Plus, 10 plus.
Learn about the many health benefits of MedCline pillows, from easing shoulder pain, reflux relief, and just getting a great night of sleep. Watch Your Health only on Your View, Sundays at 4:30 p.m. Brought to you by MedCline. Sleep better, feel better, live better.
The #1 disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive. The next thing is we customize your oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months. Make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content, and of course check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
Hey, Hoop fans, it's Victor Howell here, host of the NCAA Tournament Special, Breaking Down the Madness. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local team all the way to the Final Four. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and much, much more as we break down the madness right here on Your View.
Breaking Down the Madness is brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. We make it easy.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew Show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. Hey, it is Tuesday. This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Grande, Brown Man, I want to jump right in because San Diego State assistant basketball coach David Velasquez is here. David used to be on our radio show back in the old 1090 days all the time. He's been with the program over 20 years. And I think for those of you that are listening and watching today that just became Aztec fans on Sunday, I think the conversation we're about to have with David is going to be really interesting to you guys because he's been there for this whole period of time. Coach, first of all, welcome back. And let me just start off with congratulations. Amazing.
Thank you so much. And like you said, you've been a great friend of the program, the Fisher family, myself for a long time, and just an unbelievable ride it's been. 21 years, from playing in Viejas Arena with 2,000-3,000 people, and that was the norm, to selling out the building, to sitting in every recruit's house, all the high schools, the transfers that we brought in over official visits over the years to say someday we're going to a Final Four. That's our goal. That's our dream. And we're doing it. We're doing it at San Diego State. And it's a surreal feeling to me and everybody else that's been a part of this journey since day one. And it's just incredible. I couldn't be happier for the community, the university. Most importantly, to be honest with you, the former players that many that had a chance. And so, yeah, I'm super excited. And like I said, it's a surreal moment. It really is. I'm trying to embrace it, but also get ready for Florida Atlantic on Saturday.
Yeah, Coach, I mean, I said the same thing on the air yesterday. I started going over like who I'm happy for. I'm like, all these players from back in the early days, I'm talking 2003, 4, 5, 6, like in the early days of building the program, like those guys, I'm so happy for them that they know that they were the godfathers, if you will, of this program. And then I said, hey, look, I'm happy for a guy like Ted Leitner. For all these years has been calling these games, and he's at the height of his career now, and kind of like the swan song of his career, and he's getting a situation like this. But I also said I'm so happy for the Fisher family, the Dutcher family, and Coach, just take me through this. We talked about this yesterday. It's the family that makes this program a little different than other basketball programs. It's not like hire a coach, get an even better job, and use it as a stepping stone. You've been there 21 years. Can you just explain, when I say that, I want to hear what you think about family as why this program has created this success.
Yeah, it's truly my family, like Dutcher. I'm as close to Dutch as off the floor and out of the office I am with any of my other actual family from aunts and uncles. I mean, I love all my aunts and uncles, but Dutcher's been a part of my family as much as them. I've been at his house for Thanksgiving more than I've had Thanksgiving with my own mom. That's an actual stat my mom came up with, by the way. Thanksgiving with Coach Dutcher and his family at his house more than my own. I mean, I named my son after Mark Fisher. I mean, it's just an incredible thing. It's incredible. It's truly family. You talk about it in recruiting, and the most overused word in any organization, especially in sports, is culture. We have it. This means a lot to all of us, but it's truly family. I mean, Matt Sori, our director of basketball, has been here 23 years, 21, Dutch and Fish, 24 years. We don't know anything else. This is all we know. This is all we love. It's so much more than a logo on a polo, like most of this business is. And that's not a negative thing. It's just so special to us. It just is. And to know what it means for the community, and I know how you feel, and I feel the exact same way, but when the Chargers left, I mean, this town only has us, the football program, and the San Diego Padres. And this is the greatest city to me in the United States. And to not have an NFL team, not have an NBA team, but have San Diego State basketball going to a Final Four for this city, the community, all the alumni of San Diego State to get behind our run right now, it's surreal. I mean, I was at the Padres when they beat the Dodgers. I mean, it was like a feeling like this city, like it was bursting at the seams and just excitement. And, from all the Nate Kading missed field goals and all that, Adam Stakel had that turnover, and almost crossed my mind, like, oh my gosh, they're going to have to relive it again. But no, we found a way to win and found a way to make it to the Final Four. It's so incredible, Scott. It truly is. And like you said, and to do it with your family members, I mean, It's as close to anybody you can ever have that's not your actual blood family.
Yeah, we're talking to David Velasquez, longtime assistant coach at San Diego State. Coach, before the fellas jump in and we talk about the team, the run, and the game that's upcoming, just go back if you don't mind, because I think it's an important thing for people to understand. Like my girlfriend, she's a San Diego State alum. She kind of got on board on Sunday.
No doubt.
and we were at bars. All three of us were at different bars on Sunday. We all sent each other videos of what was going on. And there are all of a sudden a whole lot of very proud Aztec alums out there who haven't paid attention, who haven't gone to games, but they're on board. And that's okay. Everybody's welcome. But go back to 21 years ago, what you were doing back then and how you have evolved through this family to become the coach that you are today.
I mean, I was really at the bottom of the ladder. I was truly the student manager. I was rebounding for the guys, some of my guys that were groomsmen at my wedding, Brandon Heath and guys like that had been family that are now family to me. But at the time, you're talking about a myself who wasn't blessed with the best genes, but I love basketball. My dad was a college basketball coach. And the one way to get into college basketball, if you're not a player, is to be a student manager. And so for 4 years, I worked for free. I volunteered my time. I didn't join a fraternity. I was from picking up Steve Fisher's dry cleaning before games to wiping up sweat. I mean, that's where I started. And then my 5th year, I obviously didn't want to graduate too soon. My 5th year, I got put on scholarship to be on the team and to have a jersey. And that was an incredible season that I was able to experience, as a player. But at the same time, I was still cutting film. I was still taking out the balls. I was still rebounding for the same guys. The only difference was I didn't have to wear a suit at games. I got to wear a jersey. And I always tell people when they ask, did you play at San Diego State? And I say, did Rudy play football at Notre Dame? He played football at Notre Dame. I played at San Diego State. So, and then from there, I was the video coordinator for a long time. And then unfortunately, when Mark Fisher couldn't get on the road and travel and recruit as much, in 2013, I became a full-time assistant coach, and I've been in the same role ever since.
Yeah. And why do guys like yourself, who comes from a basketball family and who has literally worked your way from entry level to where you're now an assistant coach, so many other assistant coaches have come and gone. What keeps somebody like you here rather than pursuing an opportunity somewhere else to become a head coach?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think my wife and I will debate this forever, but I just don't mess with happy. I see too many guys in this business. I have too many friends that have tried to do it that way, where they're happy and then they take the money, or they're happy but they just know like, oh, that might be a better step for their long career. But to me, there's no right or wrong way to do this. You just got to do it your way. And you have to realize I've been watching Coach Dutcher just be happy. He was so happy working for Coach Fisher. He was never in a rush to go anywhere else. He was never in a rush for Coach to retire, for him to be the head coach. He would joke about it, but in all honesty, you just don't mess with happy. And that is exactly how I feel about my role at San Diego State. And like I said, this logo is me. San Diego State is who people identify me as, the coach at San Diego State. I've been here 21 years. I'm 39 years old. I spent more time here than anywhere else in my life at San Diego State. So it's an unbelievable position I'm in. And I just, to me, now I'm not saying I'm not open to opportunities, but until the right opportunity comes for myself and my family, I don't feel like it's the right move. This is the right move for us right now.
There's not going to be that long, assistant head coach in waiting title for you. You're not going to stick around and do a Dutch 2.0.
Hey, Alex, let's talk on Tuesday when that comes around. I love that title. I don't care how many letters it takes. I mean, but in all honesty, all that stuff, the university understands. I feel like I'm valued here. I feel like John David Wicker understands my role, my value here. I know former players do, current players. So our president, she understands. So again, a title, no title. At this end of the day, it's not. It's an unbelievable ride we're on right now.
Yeah, it really is. David Velasquez, assistant basketball coach, 21 years inside the program at San Diego State, with us here today on Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Coach, this team going into the tournament, did you guys, were you talking as coaches like, hey guys, we got the team, we got the defense, we got the draw? I mean, were you guys really bullish on a Final Four run?
we were bullish on a Sweet 16 run. I mean, to be honest, I mean, we thought we had a team that defended well enough. We had enough guard play. We knew our size was going to be an issue. Even when we started to watch Virginia, that first week, you really get ready for Charleston. But then we started getting ready for Virginia or Furman, we thought we'd give those three teams, issues. And it was just with our size, our physicality, how we play. So, yeah, we were a little bullish on Sweet 16. Final Four. I mean, there's any coach that, they're just lying if they say, oh, yeah, this is our team. I know UConn's really good and that's what they wanted to do. But I know one thing, Alabama thought it was just Final Four, and then they ran into us. And so it's, for us, I do think we had the defense to go to a Sweet 16. There's no question, to be honest with you. And if our guards made shots and, you never know what can happen. And guess what? Our guards made shots. And Darren Trammell's run against Alabama will be etched in my mind forever. I mean, he went on his own 8-0 run when we were down 9. It was an incredible moment. And to win in March, you got to have great guard play. And Lamont Butler and Darren Trammell were, on the all-South region team. Darren was MVP of the South region. We're going to the Final Four because of it.
I thought that
Go ahead.
I thought that one of the things that watching this team as a basketball player myself literally moved my spirit. Watching this team play defense, it literally moves my spirit. Because I can tell you right now, the teams you guys have played, they haven't been defended like that for 40 minutes. Alabama, maybe because of their conference, 8 or 9 minutes, a guy can ride you, a guy can stay in front of you. Not for 40 minutes. And riding these guys, grinding these guys. The big guy for Creighton, grinding this kid to the point where he got a flagrant foul because he couldn't take it anymore. Like, that level of defense doesn't exist on any of the other three teams remaining. And as every game I'm watching, the defense is getting progressively better. The chain that these guys are on, the ability to stay in front of the opposing guards for every team. I literally stand up and I watch the game because it moves me. It moves me watching these guys play defense. What do you credit to that? I mean, obviously the guys have to want it because that's what defense is truly based on. But what is it like in practice with these guys, the intensity level for them to take that to the court?
Yeah, first and foremost, I appreciate what you're saying. I mean, that is what we're all about. That is who we are. That is what we like to be known as. And the practices feels like the game. I think the practices at times are harder. I mean, I'm pretty hard on these guys, to be honest. I mean, I hold them to a pretty high standard with the expectation level, but they have to, like you said, the players have to want to buy in. They want to understand. They have to understand if they can do this for 40 minutes. The one thing, again, the Creighton game, and we did a great job on the big fella, Kalkbrenner, but the one thing that was, you could really tell in person, I mean, we picked up Andrew Nembhard 94 feet. Nobody in the Big East did that. 94 feet, turned him every single possession, and his legs were just gone at the end of the game. That's how Darren, that's the guy he blew by, and he ended up getting fouled. He was exhausted. I mean, just the wear, like you're saying, just the constant come at you for 40 minutes. And it's a buy-in. Obviously, there's obviously X and O's. There's a method to the madness, all those kind of things. I do defensive chart every single game, but the scout, the preparation, the buy-in from our players, our staff we're all defensive minded first, and I've been telling everybody, I get so much love for, okay, you're in charge of the defense, but our staff is in charge of the defense. Our players are in charge of the defense. I like when our players give me suggestions, coach, why don't we do this? And I'll think about it and say that 90% of the time I say, let's do this. It's just the player driven team with the buy-in we have and how connected we are. And the biggest thing we do and the best thing we do at an elite level is what we call fix it. If your teammate gets beat, fix it. Make it up for him. He'll make it up for you. Everybody just fix it, and the ball is the problem. So when somebody gets beat, we gave up a backdoor play. Lamont comes over and saves the day at the rim. Well, Keyshawn Johnson got backdoored. Lamont Butler came and fixed it for his brother at the rim. That is the definition of why our defense is so good, is just the elite level of fix it and saving the day is incredible. A ropes block against Furman. Incredible. So, yeah, again, the buy-in, like you said, the players got to want to do it. They have to believe in it. But, that's what we want. That's where we get our swagger. We don't get our swagger from making threes. We get our swagger from blocking. That's just what
I was telling these guys yesterday. I was telling these dudes yesterday, dude, that you're like, nothing has encapsulated the program more than this tournament run, because you guys are always a team. Like that is, you don't, it's rare that you have a star player that's going to drop 20 a game for this school, you had 4 games, 4 different guys were the top scorer. Like, that's crazy. You had Matt Bradley, Parrish, Trammell, and Butler were all top scorers each round. You don't like that someone picks each other up, even if it's a gritty ass 57, 56 game. I feel like you guys are such a team that if some dude is down, if Matt is on a cold streak, someone steps up and gets his back. I think that this run has encapsulated what this program's all about.
There's no doubt about it. Man, that's absolutely right. And trust me, and Scott sat next to me really close at enough games to know we wish we could score more. That's
Yeah.
You know, we're not trying to play this slow tempo. Like, we're trying to get up and go and play and use our athletes. It's just at the end of the day, that's what we are. We defend and we find ways to win. And we have found different ways to win. I mean, the guy that's been so impressive in the tournament to me that's took a while to get comfortable with us is Jaden Ledee. I mean, his ability to score around the rim and put pressure on you has just been awesome. So yeah, you're right. We've had a different leading scorer these first 4 games in the state tournament, and that's not a stretch to say on Saturday at the Final Four we might have a 5th different leading scorer. I mean, that's a real thing that could happen.
Coach, I'm just curious about the construction of a roster. You know, some of these guys have been with you for a long time, and some of these guys came from other programs, you know, and I was telling these guys, like, I've never seen a San Diego State basketball team look the way they look because they all look big and buff and strong. And Browner has pointed out, because they're not children. These are
Have you heard the
men.
broadcast, by the way, Dave? The broadcast keeps talking about, like, your guys' weight room must be awesome. Like, the broadcasters are always talking about how ripped your team is, dude.
Yeah. But it is a combination of guys that you guys went out and recruited and have been here. And those are sort of the foundation guys. And then there's all these guys that have found their way in from weird places too, whether it's Seattle or TCU via Ohio State or Cal. Can you just like mention this to everybody who's listening, like how this all happens, that you recruit some, but you get others that are transferring in?
Yeah. I mean, you always want the foundation to be guys you get and bring out of high school. You know, Nathan Mensah, Aguka Rope, Adam Seiko, Keyshawn Johnson, Lamont Butler, all, you know, came to us from high school. And so then from there, you put the pieces around them. And when they got here, that group was looking up to the Trey Kells, the Matt Mitchells, the Jordan Shackles that led the way. So you always want to have the foundation of high school guys. And then with the transfers, the number one thing you don't want to do with the transfer is not have them understand what their role and what their value is going to be on the teams moving forward. So let's use a guy we haven't mentioned very much, Micah Parrish from Oakland University. He left playing 34 minutes at Oakland University. Well, he came here knowing Matt Bradley was coming back. He came here knowing that we had, you know, Lamont Butler. He came here, Darion had already committed. So he came here understanding that there was going to be a great role for him this year. And when Matt Bradley leaves, he can step into a bigger role. And I think that's where, when you put the team together, you want to make sure that the transfers understand what their roles will be throughout their career and what you envision, because the last thing you need is a bad locker room. And we've been very fortunate. We do a lot of research. We talk to a lot of people. Playing 9 guys is incredibly hard, but we knew for us to be at the level we wanted to be at, we were probably going to have to be 8, 9 deep, because we weren't going to be like some of the other teams with 2, 3 top NBA players, and you only got to play 6 or 7 guys. When San Diego State's at its best is when they can go 8 or 9 deep. And this year we're playing 9 deep. And I think at this point, I don't even think anybody even averages over 30 minutes a game, which is just
Browner, take us home, Browner. This is it. We're up against the clock. So take us home.
I honestly believe, and I believe this is going in the right direction, because you guys have something in the suitcase. Defense.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter sight lines. Doesn't matter how big of the arena, how small the arena, the court's 94 feet. You can defend that thing from corner to corner. And I think that is the calling card that none of these other teams have. You can defend. You don't have to make threes. They're not going to make threes. And that's what I've been saying about this team. They ain't sweating if they get down 6. They're not sweating if they get down 9, because they look at each other and go, all right, that's enough for them. Guys tighten up and they stop letting the other team score. And that's occurred in every game. Things have gotten tight. And it's honestly the games that I've watched all season. That's what they've done all season. When they've gotten down, guys buckle up and go, all right, no more. And you shut them down.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I talked to the Gonzaga coaches yesterday who played in this football stadium. They say it's going to be a hard time shooting in that stadium. And I said, fellas, yeah, that's just what we do. We have a hard time shooting in any gym, even our home. So, but we know we'll be able to defend and hopefully score around the basket. But guys, thank you so much for having me. We're going to the Final Four.
Yeah.
So excited.
Good luck, man.
So
Have
fired up for
fun.
everybody, and go Aztecs.
Yeah, man.
Let's get it, boys.
We are so this whole town is just going crazy for you guys. David Velasquez, longtime assistant coach with San Diego State. And coach, we'll talk to you next week when hopefully we're talking about being national champs.
Awesome. I appreciate it, fellas.
All right, coach. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Coach David Velasquez with us here this afternoon on Kaplan and Crew. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. That's an amazing conversation because I'm telling you right now, and we'll get into this in the uncensored portion of the podcast, for anybody that's kind of new to the program, that's 21 years inside that program right there. You know, that's family. And I don't mean to overstate it, but that's damn cool. You know, I love his mom's stat. You've been at Dutcher's house more for Thanksgiving than my house.
That was
in your
great.
life.
That's
hilarious. That is hilarious. All right, radio listeners, stay with us. Plenty more to get to. Podcasters, uncensored version. Let's do it. We're back tomorrow, radio listeners.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Murray Lampert now brings architectural and interior design to a whole new level for your remodel, ADU, or whole house build.
We're truly a team at Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, and we don't take that lightly.
Visit murraylampert.com.
This is a huge wall. I'm sure it presented some challenges.
You're right, Sarah. And what it was in the model we noticed there was too much wood. This was supposed to be clad. And with the beautiful stairs and railings, we realized that we need to come up with a different finish. So we used these reglets that are metal with the drywall, and it gave it this grid look that also matches up with the beams.
Wow, that came out beautiful. If you want to see how they conquered more design challenges, check out Our Family, Your Home.
Since 1971, the LGBTQ Center OC has been a pillar of the Orange County community, proudly empowering and advocating for the queer individuals and families who need our support. We've sustained a safe space for the community for more than 50 years and continue to grow the wealth of resources that the people of Orange County rely on. It's true that it gets better. Until it does, the LGBTQ Center OC is here, and we've got you.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
When you're adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to your home, our experience plus our strong relationship with the city makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
At Murray Lampert, we listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com.
For many consumers, sleeping at night should be an easy experience. For many, it's not. There are a number of reasons for that, most notably those that suffer from acid reflux or heartburn. There are also many individuals dealing with various pains or ailments. MedCline is a sleep solution company with our goal to allow people to have a healthy and peaceful night's sleep. And we do that with our therapeutic side sleeping systems. Our patented, clinically studied MedCline relief systems are designed to place an adult in an elevated side sleeping position, which can help them reduce the symptoms or issues they're dealing with. MedCline systems are registered with the FDA, and as a medical product, MedCline systems are qualified for use with FSA and HSA funds. For anyone looking for more information, you can visit medcline.com/sleepbetter.
Welcome to the Super Dentists, where kids are the center of our universe. Serving San Diego for over 25 years, the Super Dentists offer the newest dental technologies to provide safe and comfortable treatments for the entire family. We've reimagined the entire dental experience by creating a fun and engaging atmosphere featuring our heroic dentists and award-winning super crew. Book your appointment now. Extended hours and Saturday appointments available. Call or text 855-GO-SUPER or visit thesuperdentist.com.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.